Alright, something new today. Mistral has just dropped Magistral's new flavor. Their first dedicated reasoning model, and it's kind of big deal if you care about AI that doesn't just spit out answers but actually thinks through the problems like a human would. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe and consider becoming a member as that helps a lot. In this video we are going to install this Magistral locally and we are going to test it out on various benchmarks. I will also be telling you all about this model which looks like a real good solid release from Mistral. Think of it as your AI coworker who doesn't rush to conclusions but instead lays out its logic step by step, shows its work, and even admits uncertainty when needed. What's cool about this model is that it's built for domain specific tasks, meaning it's not just general trivia champion but can dive deep into professional or technical areas. While also being transparent, you can actually follow its reasoning trace and multilingual, and that is one thing I really love about it, that it supports more than 30 plus languages from Hindi to Ukrainian to Farsi, and we are going to check out all of them. I also want to introduce you to our very good friends at Beam, the fastest way to run AI workloads with serverless GPUs, sub-second starts, and zero infra. Deploy any Python script or LLM instantly on GPU, scale globally, no servers needed. Sign up at beam.cloud and get $30 in free credits every month to start building faster, smarter, and serverless, and you will find their link in video's description. So at this point, let's get installation underway. I'm going to use this Ubuntu system. I have one GPU card NVIDIA H100 with 80 GB of VRAM, but we will check how much does it consumes. The tool which I'm going to use for this video is VLLM. Let me run that command. Now if you already have VLLM, make sure that you upgrade it because it is also going to install the Mistral common library, and that is something I would suggest you do. If you don't know what VLLM is, just go to my channel and search with VLLM and you should be able to find a full tutorial on VLLM with OpenWebUI or various other tools. Also, if you look at my channel, I already have covered Magistral, which was released around 3 months ago. That was yet another awesome model from Magistral, and it also came with reasoning, so do check it out. I'm more than sure you are going to enjoy it. While that installs our VLLM, I also want to give a huge shout out to Mass Compute. If you're looking to rent a GPU or VM or CPU on very affordable price, you can find their link in video's description with a discount coupon code of 50% for a range of GPUs. The installation is going to take a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's talk a bit more about this model. Magistral Small 1.2 is a lightweight champion here, 24 billion parameters. This has been built on top of Mistral Small 3.2, then fine-tuned with supervised learning from the bigger Magistral Medium and polished with reinforcement learning. It's small enough to run on a good GPU, and I believe that you should be able to run it on a decent, I would say 24 to or somewhere around that GPU VRAM. It is multimodal. Yes, it can do vision too. So not only multilingual, but it can also see and reason over images. We will also check it out with few of the OCR stuff because they say that it now writes cleaner latex markdown, and that is what I'm going to test out because I'm very keen, as that is one real world use case which I routinely come across my clients. The context window is around 128K, and what's more, it is Apache 2 license, and I want to give a huge shout out to Mistral for making it Apache 2. By the way, the reasoning is baked it into system prompt. So it isn't just smart seemingly, it is designed to be usable and auditable, which is always a good idea. Okay, let's go back to my terminal. And everything is now installed. And you can verify the installation by simply running this command. So I have the recent version of Mistral common library, and then you can serve the model with reasoning and parser. Also, we are enabling the tool choice, which is using vision. As you can see, if you have two GPUs, you can put two, or I will just change it to one for me. And I'm just going to say tensor parallel size 1, and you can see that it is 2509. Let's run this, and the model is being downloaded now, and it has a consolidated file which is around 48 gig, as you can see here. And the VLLM is now running, and this model is being served on our local system. Let's do the inference. So let me open another terminal. I will just keep this one running. First, let me quickly show you the VRAM consumption. So with NVTop, you can see that just close to 75 gig of VRAM is being used here. So 91% of it is being used, as you can see. Okay, now as far as inference is concerned, they have shared this code. I have modified it with the prompt. Let me show you. So in this inference code, all we are doing, we're importing the libraries, and then from there, we are simply accessing this endpoint, which is our local system, VLLM. If you're running it at any other one, just use that, and then some hyperparameters. These are the recommended ones. We are loading the model. We already have downloaded it. As you can see, then there are think tags, just embedded it in the system prompt, and this is where I am asking the model to create me a self-contained HTML file using p5.js that simulates a playful interactive Lego building game in a colorful 2D environment. And then there are a lot of features around spawn, drag, rotate, and all that stuff. And then there are few breaks, and all should be in single HTML file, which we could run on this local system to actually see what happened. And there it is doing the completion, and it is all OpenAI compatible code, you can see. Then model is generating the output after encoding it, and we are then decoding it and printing it out. Okay, so I already have saved it. Let's go back to our terminal and let's run this code to see what it does. There you go. As soon as I have run it, it has started reasoning. Again, thinking step by step in a chain of thought manner, totally get my instructions, creating the plan, self-reflecting, and then thinking about implementation steps, and then also structuring the whole scenario and then printing out the response. How good is that? I think Mistral has improved this reasoning a lot. I'm just looking at the way it has structured this reflection, the step by step, where it is going deep inside and then coming back. It's not spending way too much time, but still has produced quite a targeted reasoning. Anyway, but we will see. The proof is in the pudding. We will see if this code runs or not. So let's wait for it to finish producing it. And it has finished producing the code, and then it is now giving us the final version, and it has done a lot of iterations. I just paused the video in between, but I'll quickly take you up here, and then you see start reasoning, and this is so fascinating. I can't really get enough of it. Every reasoning model, I just simply love when I see this happening. It is so human like. So you see it has been doing multiple iterations. It is reflecting, checking back, it is self-correcting, lot of stuff has happened. Then it is doing the integration. So you see, it seems that there are multiple streaks run in parallel within the model, which are then integrating. Now I quickly scroll down. So a lot of stuff has happened. So final version is now being produced, and the code is generated. Let me save it here locally, and now let me open it in the browser. There you go, looks great. Let's place the 2 by 2. I just clicked here to 2 by 2 here. Drag and drop is working. Let's do the tile one, 1 by 8. Wow, this is good. I'll just place it here. Maybe I'll put it on top of it like this. Let's do 2 by 4 and I'll stack it here, and maybe I will put on top of it. Yep, looks great. And we will just put here. Let's do it here. Tile one, another one. So it is stacking pretty nicely, and you see, as soon as I drag it, it also highlights it. So this is 2 by 2, 2 by 4, and of course this can be improved. So in first iteration, producing code of this quality, this is quite good. You can clear it and then you can also export it. I think in this one, Magistral has really thrown it out of the park. Let's quickly check a multilingual test. Now in the multilingual test, though it supports around 30 plus languages, but I have given it close to 50. So if you're that language speaker, please also help me out in confirming the response. So I am actually including, I think, top 50 languages from across the globe. And if you see here, I'm also asking it to produce it in gibberish. I'm just trying to confuse the model. And just to stretch it a bit more, I'm also asking it to do it in Elder Futhark ruins, which is a runic script, and then one fictional language. Plus, I also wanted to give me a nuanced cultural note for three languages of your choice, explaining how you adapted the metaphor. The metaphor is here. The sentence is which needs to be translated is clinging to the past is like holding on to smoke. So let's run this. Let's wait for it. There you go. So it is going to do the reasoning. It is checking which languages are there, and then it is going to give us the response. So I will just wait for it to produce the final response. I will show it and then we will check it together. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this in full transparency. I think model is now hallucinating because on Arabic, I don't think so it supports Arabic, so it is just printing this. So I just wanted to show you this from the start. So these are all the languages. Some of them it has done very correctly, and but the languages which it doesn't know, it just hallucinates. So I'm just going to press Control C. I'll just go up and we will just check the ones which it has done, and please confirm if you're that language speaker. So Mandarin Chinese looks good, Spanish, Hindi, please confirm, French, Korean, Arabic, it has tried. It's not that it hasn't, but I don't think so. It is Arabic one. Some Bengali, Russian, Portuguese, Urdu. Urdu is quite better. Of course, it's not idiomatically right at all, but at least it has tried. Some of words are quite good. Indonesian looks good to me. I mean, not 100% perfect, but still there. Some regional Indian languages are quite good. And then Cantonese, Vietnamese, this Filipino language, Persian, it has tried. And Thai script looks good. I'm not sure if it is right or not, but script looks good. And then there are various other languages, so please check them out. I can't check it during the course of this video, but look, I think it's not as bad as I was expecting, because I thought maybe it would just be European languages, but it has done quite decently nice with lot of other languages. Look at the gibberish. There you go. So it has model has sort of a funny streak too. And then Elder Futhark, and it says there are 24 runic letters there or whatever. And then it is talking about it, and then it is just going through it again and again. And cultural notes: Mandarin, Japanese, and Russian. So beautiful. You see, look at the Russian one. What has left has passed. Japanese, let go of the water that has passed. When you should cut, cut in Chinese. Very nice. Okay, so that is pretty good. Let's check out now the OCR one, or image vision one. So for that, what I'm doing, I'm just going to go and give it a local image, and I will also show you that image. Hopefully it will be in my directory. I have just pasted it. Let me quickly get it for you. I'm sorry, I'm just doing it in real time, so you have to bear with me. This is a handwritten one. I'm just going to ask it to do the OCR on it. And if I just scroll down, this is where I'm asking it that extract all the text from the image. And this is the whole stuff which I already have showed you. So let's go here and then let's run this. Let's wait for it. and it is now looking at the handwritten text and it is transcribing. Yep, that's good. I'll just paste it here. You see, and there are some cross out lines too. I think it has already done it fairly well. And you can see token per second and all that stuff and time it took, which is quite decent enough, which is VLLM is very performant. Okay, that looks good. In the next test, I'm going to give it this paragraph where we have multiple languages from Arabic to Hindi to Farsi, Ukrainian, Russian, some Hindi, not Ukrainian, Hindi, Italian, German, and French, I believe. Let's check it out. So I'm just going to clear this and rerun this. Let's see if it can do, and please also confirm. So you see, it has identified Spanish, German, Arabic. Well done. And these are all the languages which are identified. I believe it is quite good. And this is extracted text. So if I visually compare it, I think it's look okay to me. And you see, it is a reasoning model, so it is reconfirming its response. And I'll just go up. So if we visually compare it, let's say for example this Chinese one with the Chinese, visually speaking looks quite good to me. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, next up I'm going to give it this invoice, and in this invoice I'm asking it convert this invoice into markdown format and tell me if it is paid or not. Let's run this to see what model does here. And you see it is starting to understand the structure of invoice, so already it knows that what it needs to do. And how good is that really? I mean, it is going through table by table, so it can do the tables, it can do the invoicing, and it has identified all the numbers. So OCR is very good. There you go, the markdown format is for you, and I'll display the image again for your reference. There you go. How good is that? Really good. And thank you for your business. And I also asked it another question if it is paid or not. And there is no information around being paid or not because paid is 0. And it says the invoice is not paid. Very nice. So very grounded answer. Very happy with the model so far. And now let's quickly check if it can analyze this chart. I'm just going to run it and I will show you the final response. Already it has identified what sort of chart is this. And again, a sublime performance. It has identified what is being shown, all the tools which I showed in the chart, and there is a markdown. It has produced it in a tabular format and there is the answer. So full analysis, extremely accurate. Okay, finally, let's do a math inference. So I'm just going to give it this chart and I'm asking it to solve this equation and pick the right one. So I'm just going to run it again. There you go. So you see it has identified what sort of problem is this, and you can already see it excels in coding. Now you've seen that the models which excel in coding are normally quite good when it comes to maths too, and you can already see that it is creating its own equation, it is substituting the values, coming up with alternative ways, and already has solved it. The answer is correct, but it is comparing, it is checking, it is slicing and dicing all the responses. There you go. Absolutely correct. So look, I could go on and on, but I think let's finish it here. Let me know what do you think about Magistral Small. Things have moved a lot. Apache 2 license, can't get enough of it. Please like the video and subscribe. And please become a member as that helps a lot. Thank you for all the support.